So we are at my little training center. I've got a more vertical place, and then I've got a steeper place or splice, and then I've got this log with holes on it. There's holes on this side and on that side. Yeah, this is where I do a bunch of my training, and I normally do a bunch of laps on the steep place. I find that it's just kind of punchier, I guess. It's a lot like bouldering. You can kind of see how far back it goes. It's pretty good. I like it. I've done a lot of climbing on this. I mean, most of these holes are from me. So I've been climbing this one for a few years now. Probably like 4 years. This one we just put in last spring, and I've actually got a good amount of wear right here. It's kind of on all those. I'm a little bit aggressive when I climb this stuff, but essentially these are kind of the tools I use to train for ice climbing, mixed climbing, and dry tooling. And they each kind of do something different. If you do the regular plice, you know, it's really good for doing endurance laps and just calf burners. You just go up and down, up and down, up and down. Whereas the steep plice is steep, and I can generally only crank out like 5 laps at a time if I'm really strong. Right now I'm struggling with like 2, but it's early in the training for the 2026-2027 season. That's crazy to say, but you know, it wasn't a great ice year. So, you know, we're in spring now, and as you can see, there's like no snow. It's like almost like 50 degrees too. So because of that, it's training on the place again. So this is kind of the first day I've been back on the place since probably like midway or beginning of the ice climbing season. There's a woodpecker. But so this is kind of the first day, nothing too crazy. You know, just doing a few laps on the steep place, not wearing the right shoes to do the regular place. It's scary with the boulders, and you know, we'll do some figure 4s, hopefully, maybe. I don't have the tape on my tools, and that's kind of hard to do that thing. To get into figure 9s, but figure 4's all right. But take a lap on the steep place and kind of explain why it's a good tool. Well, like I get the lowest start, like my butt's on the ground if I start on this rung, and basically you can just hear it when I go for this first rung. It's a lot of effort. It's a lot of hanging time on the tools, and it's very intense, and I should probably start climbing because holding this position is strenuous. So you'll hear it as soon as I go for the first move. It'll just be like a massive grunt, because this place is a grunt. But yeah, it's just a steep place. You kind of have to throw for it. Not really though, but it's just steep climbing, and it just really works on getting pump on your hands. Then if you're feeling really gutsy, you can dangle and do a pull-up, and then get yourself back and start down climbing before you lose grip, which I am fighting right now. And there we go. That's a lap on the steep place. I figured I'd do this section of the video in a voiceover just to give some extra context to things, as my little description of, you know, climbing the steep place. In theory, it was good, but in actuality, it wasn't the best. But like, here's a great example of what the steep place can offer. Is it can allow you to do different things on it. This place is kicked back enough where, like I mentioned, you can dangle off of, but you can also do figure fours on it. And really what I'm noticing with my own training on this steep place is it's just like leveling up everything. Whereas like the more vertical place is really great for gaining endurance and just getting that repetition and getting into the monkey hang and just moving like fast and efficiently. This place really trains power and like core tension and foot placement and balance, but you can also learn technique from it too. And that right there has been like super key to leveling up my training for ice climbing, dry tooling, and mixed climbing, because the more I can do on one thing, you know, it just allows me to kind of master it more efficiently than just trying to jerry rig something to make something work. It really is surprising how much you can do on this place. And I think that's the interesting thing is, like, in reality, the steep place is just like a big wooden ladder. I mean, I'm not hiding from the fact that it's basically a wooden ladder. And, you know, this design was really taken in inspiration from Aaron Mulkey's place that he has. And what I like about it specifically is you can kind of wear any footwear with it when climbing it. I mean, you did see that I slipped, but like theoretically you could do this in flip-flops. Would I recommend it? No, but you can do it. Whereas the more vertical place, its rungs, like, they're smaller and you kind of need specific footwear to do them to get like good edging. And then the other thing is this steeper place having this more wooden ladder form factor allows you to climb it in any weather. When it is wet out and those rungs are wet on the more vertical place, it's scary. Whereas this one, you can just kind of do it in any conditions. So it allows you just to climb anytime, and that's really helpful. Yeah, you know, it's a great tool. It's crazy how simple it is, but how effective it is at just training everything. And, you know, I don't do a whole bunch of laps on. I think on this session I only like did 10 laps, but you know, those 10 laps really work you. And for it being like, you know, the first training session of the off season, you know, that's enough. And I know I'll like eventually work up to greater numbers of laps, but you know, it's a start. Okay, so here is a great example of why it's super nice to have these two places right next to each other. Is I'm going to be doing a transition onto one face to the other. So that is like a super specific thing that I know I've dealt with dry tooling, and just going from, you know, pulling a roof or anything like that, making those transitions and just having the ability to like make your body go static and just, you know, get onto those faces. That has been such a key thing for me to learn on these places. And realistically, like, it is just leveled up so much. And, you know, just being able to do that repeatedly gets you really comfortable with making those transitions. And, you know, it's just a side benefit of having, you know, them right next to each other. It's also kind of funny now looking back in the footage, you can see how nervous I was on the rungs with these shoes. I really don't like climbing this vertical place with the boulders. They're not the best shoe for it. So the figure 4 and figure 9 log. This is actually a new thing that I've kind of added, and it's been really, it's a great tool for learning how to do the sequence of figure 4s to figure 9s. In this setup, because I don't have the tools with the tape bite zone, I was just kind of going back and forth doing figure 4s, just making that traverse, and just doing that lone traverse was enough to make my hands and forearms pumped. On a normal training session when I'm a little bit more, seasoned, I can do this traverse quite a few times. On this day, I kind of did the one. And that's kind of the thing, is getting back into training. Not supposed to be in tip-top shape right at the very beginning. So eventually I'll work through it. And obviously if I tape the tools, it might be a little bit easier to make these transitions faster. But this has been a great thing to have to train on, and it's definitely gotten me more efficient at making the transitions from figure fours to figure nines.